I'm going to make this wee short video on how you make your own electricity and why everybody doesn't do it. Everybody's all in this green environment and all that. Why you use electricity and all the rest. You got all that, look at all that free energy going down there, boys. Problem number one is you have to own the land. And if you happen to own the land like these people, problem number two, you have to build one of these things here. They haven't been built by hand back in the days, no cranes at all. There's your stream coming in. There's your stream going down. But once you build your wee mill race, you have to put one of these boys in here. But it wasn't set and forget. If that water coming down there was twice the rate, say a flood, so you would overwhelm this thing. So you had to adjust it and all the rest. How much water you need in. So somebody has to walk up here and work this mechanism here. They do it today using hydraulics. The problem with hydraulics, like in sand mills, you get a tree that fall down someday and the tree's weighing several tons. It rises down in the flood, hits the hydraulics and bends it. That no longer works. If a tree hits that, because it's wood, it reflects. You got wood and metal both there. So a better chance of that flexing. Won't do the same damage. While the hydraulics is just a metal pole and easy bent. So I've seen lots of hydraulics. We were in Benburb last week, 2 weeks ago, Benburb, and the hydraulics was bent with trees. So it needs to be the old-fashioned way. I think what they need to do, instead of hydraulics, go the old-fashioned way and get that right up to electricity. Have an electric motor or something powering this, but working it rather than hydraulics. They also have another weir down there, so I don't know if that's part of this. If you just have one weir, well, the water will go down too quick and undermine itself, and you can build a second one. I know they've done a second one there, it doesn't do nothing. So you've only your first weir anyway. Then you've got to go then and you've got to dig one of these things out by hand. As far as I know with canals, when they dug canals out years ago, you just didn't dig a hole, you had to line it with special clay. If you just dig a trench in that field there, like, the water would leak. Now it all depends how far it's going. If you need 100 gallons a minute at your power station and there's 300 available here, then that's okay, let it leak. Just you're still getting enough even if it leaks. But say if you've got 100 gallons down there and 105 coming in here, you don't want it leaking. So you have to line the sides. So you cut this out anyway. One down here now, Luna. That has to run then to a pond, a mill pond. The mill pond's like a battery. If you imagine whenever you turn on your dynamo, the dynamo is going to use, you put on your lights, it's going to have a party. There's a big party on the house. All the gas is coming. Every light in the building is going to be on. So you're going to be using, bear in mind it was old-fashioned light bulbs in them days. So you're going to be burning maybe 800 watts of electricity. The water coming down there might only supply 400 watts. If she ran directly, maybe 400 watts is all you're getting from her. So what you have to do, you have to have a big pond down here. And then she can deliver twice the amount of water that can provide for the moment that you need 800 watts going. Same with a drought. If you've got a drought and there's not much going on, she can fill the pond up overnight whenever you're in your bed sleeping, or fill up during the day whenever the lights is out, and then when you need the power, it's there. So if your wee mill rest will run down, that has to be dug out of your ground as well, and then the mill pond starts. Mill pond, this is quite big. The next problem you have then with your mill pond is trees are going to blow over, leaves are going to fall in. It's just as a pond in the front garden. These what do you call these flower in the trees? Japanese all under them. The trees of flower, cherry blossoms. The cherry blossoms will end up blocking up her pond. There's a wee mill race over there now, like. So like, this is not a corn mill. This is just to make electricity for our house. If you had a corn mill, everything has to be much scaled up. You need a larger fall in the ground. If you've got canals and you've got lock gates and stuff. So that's all cut out in there, you see, look. There she is running in there now in the background there, look. So that would have been like a stream. It's all filled up now with salt because it's not been used. But that's nothing, it's like a pond. It fills up with salt. So if you're using that all the time, maybe once a year, or once every 5 years, you need to sort of drain that and start digging out that silt. Because as the silt starts filling up the bottom, you get less water down it. On down here, but see the ground now starting to rise up now, so she's getting a lot higher now than the stream. There's a wee overflow here, that's the first overflow. So if you have a flood of water, it's on down a wee overflow. You need overflows now and again, wee spillways. So if the water comes rushing down, what's she at? What's she at? Look at that, too big a rock! Is that the rocks now? Like, this stone addiction's going into a rock addiction. Come on! I don't know. I never thought of that. It wasn't me thought of that. So you see the banking high up over here now. It's hard to see with all the foliage. I guess down here is a wee spillway. So you imagine there's too much water coming down. You'd have a wee spillway halfway down, maybe 2 spillways before you actually get to the wee lake. So that's right. So she's all grass now, but that would have been a large pond there. So it could have been 5 foot deep, like, it could have been deeper. And she'll hold all the water. And then she goes through then, they have a wee stubbing all down here, and then they have the wee powerhouse. Now I don't know if anybody had to work in the powerhouse while she was going, keep an eye and stuff. I don't know how the electric parts worked. But another way, Lena, we're going this way. Lena, you're way back down to the stream again. Hey, that looks pretty good there, doesn't it? Like, so you see that's a proper spillway there now. Like, you've got your concrete and all there, and then a wee waterfall. So you can imagine a right wee bit of water spun over this back in its day. Like, starts off now and widens out. There's the house above. Then they could use this pond as a garden feature. You could look down on it. But you might not remember when we first got satellite dishes. We were one of the first ones in the estate to get a satellite dish. It was a big thing. You had 9 channels in Sky Dish back in them days. Or was it 6? Maybe 6 channels, you know. Maybe start off with 6 channels. But a big thing. You put the dish outside your house, and all the neighbours, oh, look up, look, they got Sky. They've got Sky, so they have money in that house there, boys. Money in that house. And when they put in this electricity, it didn't matter if it didn't pour much electric. The visitors come, God, look at them, boys. They have the money there. So they put in this weird thing here. I've never seen one of these anywhere else. And the thing that makes me think it's a one-off is the fact they used to carry a rim for the top. Like, you wouldn't have had carry rims back in the days, would they? Like, so there's blades put on it as it spun round. Would it have kept the grill there? The grill's far too small. And then the water would come through the grill along the pipe then to the powerhouse. But to me the grill's too small. But here's a grill here as well that I'm standing on. I don't know. You need to see it working to see how it worked right. Why would you have 2? There's one not enough and add another one on. But there's a G-clamp and all holding that thing together. So to me, I think that's a DIY attempt there. Another G-clamp over there. So they left a whole lot of G-clamps on it, boys. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 G-clamps on it. Maybe it never worked. Maybe it was a prototype. The G-clamps are holding bigger fins. Just wouldn't spin right. But I've never seen it anywhere else before. But there's a big pond there, like. If it kept going all the time, there's a wee bit of water going in there. We've lost Luna now. Luna! Oh yeah, we're going down this way, history, pet. We're going to look, no more stones, we're looking at history. So your pipe goes underneath there now, like. And the powerhouse is down here. You understand why they stopped using it and just got NIE to put on the mains electric? It's not handier just flicking a switch and putting 50p in the meter than it was to operate all this. So your water came along on a pipe, and then there's another filter here. So your pipe's coming through there full of water. That's more like the filter you'd have there. So you see the size of that filter there. Still would have been a bit awkward to clear out. So there's your water coming in there. Your water's coming into this big pipe, goes through that filter, and then probably goes down then. Must be up there's a pipe going down the middle. See, no harm to them, but I would say it wasn't even a lid in this. You see any wildlife fell in there, it would just be sucked down that pipe and go through the turbine. So this is not a water wheel, this would be a turbine. I'd imagine it's a turbine. So it's turbines you use today. So you can't really have dirt going in the turbine. Don't know what size of dirt would go in the turbine. There's a wee plug there, you have to empty it. Look in there in the powerhouse there, boys. You need what you don't poke your head right now. There's some modern mains electric switches in there. No sign of turbines, but your turbine would have to be in the bottom floor. It would have to be below this level here. Even that's too high because the pipe's going down. So it has to be. I'll always take this GoPro to see if we can see. I'm probably not losing my GoPro. Are there any turbines in there yet? I'm moving it random. I haven't got a clue what I'm looking at here. But there are turbines in there. The GoPros can go, but other ones don't go. But they built onto this powerhouse. So and that floor is a bit lower there, like. She drops down, has to go then. Those are wee things spinning. And once it spins, it's just a dynamo. Like a bicycle dynamo. And then what voltage is the dynamo? Does it have to be upgraded then to 200 volt? What volts did they use for these lights? I don't know why they had a room above. That's been extended. It wasn't always that size. But they end up giving a man free accommodation to live there if he kept an eye on it. There's two dates on it. There's 1902, the first date, and then the second stone is 1914. So 1914 there was an upgrade. There's an overflow pipe on the top. But then once your water comes out, it has to go back in the river. So there has to be another inlet where the water came out of that to go back in the river. You think it would just go the shortest way, wouldn't you? But this last one doesn't know. They want the visitors to see this here. Like, no harm to them, but you think they would keep it clean for us today to see that? All the dirt's on the inside. Wee bit of wondering. Because that'll be interesting to see if the dynamo will start on there, how it works. Well, that. And then after that, you had to run your electric cables in to your house. So 1914, boys, is well over 100 years old. That just come a long way since then. I was just wondering when my mother would have had electricity at the start. When I was away, and everybody, as far as I know, had electric by that time. I knew there was people in houses in Strabane. There's houses there with traffic lights out on the bridge end in Strabane. They knocked them down for them traffic lights. And my mother used to do home help for a wee woman there. And she had no running water in that house. It's practically town centre, like. No running water. You had to go down the street carrying a bucket. And what used to be a hand pump was converted to mains water. And we went down and filled the other bucket for her. My mother would fill the bucket up. So you take the bucket down the street, stand next to the road, turn on the tap, fill up your bucket and bring it back to the house. That was your water. If you wanted to have a bath, you wouldn't have much of a bath, a tin bath in them days. You're up and down the street pretty often. Outdoor toilet. I'd imagine the toilet was flush. A lot of outdoor toilets were changed over to flush in my time, like. My mother's uncle, they lived in the town centre. They had an outdoor toilet that was changed to a flush toilet. But by the time I was away, they had a bedroom converted to a bathroom. That was the thing to do in them days. Is that where the water's coming out from that mill race? That's the water comes out there. So you need to follow that back from the wee powerhouse. My mother always told me when she was at Wayne and all the houses they lived in were cry out houses. They were all farm down houses. One of the houses she lived in was an old mill, and they weren't allowed to jump on the floor because the floor had a post underneath to hold it up. I bounced on the floor. And then the house my granny got then was a newly built, what you call a housing executive house now. And they started to build them. That's when all these old dilapidated houses started being knocked down and stuff, and people started moving into normal housing. That tipped off. The wee doggy graves is in there. The wee headstones is taken off and they're put in the front porch because bars were vandalising them. But like the wee graves is there. If that was me and I left my house to a trust and I give it to them for nothing, the least I'd expect is they could look after the wee dog graves. All they have to do is put a cement slab over the top. They don't have to put a name on it. They can put a cement slab over the top so people don't ruin, you know. The last thing your woman had was the wee dogs, and the wee dogs would have played in here. The house is falling apart, but surely they could. They took the wee headstone away, but they could put a wee slab or something on. Say they don't have to. They can put a slab on, and don't even have to put the wee dog's name on it. They don't want vandalised, but putting a bit of tape up. That's it. Come on now, wee honey. But I remember my granny's new house, the tin bath and the washboard and a coal house. You know why people didn't throw nothing out? I've never seen anybody use a washboard. My friend's granny, they lived in Lissan. I went up to her house. She had one of them mangles you used to use to dry out the clothes. Big cast iron thing like. So they were well to do, like they had a mangle. Our house was badly built. The housing trust built our house, and all the other people would have had fireplaces in the bedroom. We didn't. We had one coal fire in the living room. No wraparound bar, nothing like that in them days. But there's no other heating in that house. We had ice upstairs in the winter time in the bedroom windows in that house. No insulation. But only one fire for the whole house. Bathroom had the old cast iron cistern high up in the wall, and because there was cold water in it, and because you had humidity in the house and the heat you had, it would always be dripping water, pulled out chain and all. But I think they all had electricity, so I don't know what date when everybody got electricity. It wasn't a luxury item. They had there's the wee headstones there for the dogs. It doesn't seem right, the wee headstones sticking there for decoration, and the wee graves are unmarked. They just don't mark the wee graves. We have done 3.28 miles around this place, and we've done 3 miles around the lake before here, Loch Fay or whatever you call it. We did a wee walk around Cloudy Woods. I'm tired. I am tired. Don't want to do no more walking today. 17:23. 17:23.